I'm taking back the crown. I'm all dressed up and naked. I see what's mine and take it. Oh yeah, the crown. So close I can taste it. I see what's mine and take it. Oh yeah.
Yo, what's going on, guys? It is me, the Ninja Reviewer here, and it's time for me to review, well, not the most exciting episode, but just the episode in general, of One Piece! What? Yeah. By the way, there's a little update. I actually picked myself up a little of those vinyl collecting figures. And I got myself a Luffy one. I got a Luffy right here, and he's right next to Naruto over here. But just wearing the straw hat for the occasion. Yep, this guy is like near my computer desk. The One Piece War. Now, let me make this clear. This episode review, episode 777, Granddad review of Grand 777 review of the One Piece War. Now, this episode is not going to be a very long review. Sadly, though, it is going to be very short due to the fact that not really much happened in this episode, despite only a few canon material things. The first 15 minutes, if you already know about the Alabasta arc, it's pretty much just a little quick recap. And the thing that kind of got to me is that even though we got introduced to Vivi again, which is great seeing her again because I really liked her as a princess, as a character. I'm actually glad that she returned in this episode from Alabasta. It brings back a lot of nostalgia memories, especially when I first watched it. Now, what I did like about the flashback, how it was reanimated from my man, now fucking Toshi, baby. My man, now Toshi, reanimated the entire thing. And I gotta say, man, it looked glorious. The animation for the reanimation stuff looked really, really fantastic. And it's like, damn, man, why can't now Toshi do this for the rest of One Piece, man? But I guess because since that was a flashback. Now, we are going to be probably getting bits and pieces of this pretty much, I'm going to assume, throughout some of these episodes, because from what I read, these might be how some of these episodes are going to play out, because I get it, we are too close to the manga, unless we're going to have like a little filler arc between when we get to Whole Cake Island, which should make sense. I really wish we could do that, so the anime doesn't have to catch up too much to the manga, which would make sense, because I know how the pacing is going to be dragged out, and we know how some of the animation quality is going to be, so I'm really hoping we do get a kind of a mini filler right after this. If not, then maybe I guess in April, maybe they'll announce maybe like a brand new opening or something, which we haven't heard from yet, but there could be some kind of brand new opening unless Toei gets a little bit lazy and they just like make a version 2 of We Can just with Whole Cake Island, which I don't know, they could possibly do that. But again, you know, we shall see. Hopefully there will be a new opening. I'm hoping this April we do get a brand new opening, though, dedicating to Whole Cake Island, which will be really, really great. I wouldn't mind seeing that at all. That'd be good. But anyways, enough about me rambling on. Let's just get to the episode at hand. So, despite the recap, the problem I had with it is that they didn't really focus too much on Vivi's character. It was mainly just all the flashback stuff leading up to the fight against Crocodile and the boys. That's pretty much all it really was. And it's a shame, too, because I really wish I could have focused more on Vivi and stuff, like as her character and stuff like that in the flashbacks, which is a shame, which is unfortunate, but it is what they just only show her because it's like, oh hey, she was there doing the arc. That's how you're gonna know, right? I mean, seriously, they could have done the flashback a bit more better, but I really did like how some of the fights were reanimated. They looked really well done, some of the reanimated fights, so I didn't mind that. So the flashback stuff could have been better, and they could have just focused more on how Vivi got to bond with the Straw Hats. In my opinion, like how Vivi first met the Straw Hats, leading up to that point, would have been a better, sweet flashback. It'd be like, okay, good, we get out of the way. But no, we had to spend the first 15 fucking minutes, Toei, the first 15 minutes, recapping some of the most epic shit that went down in Alabasta. And it's like, bruh, why the hell couldn't you just do when Vivi first met the Straw Hats leading up to that point? It'll make her seem like, oh yeah, she was an important character. But no, the flashbacks only focus on the parts where she was there during the epic Luffy moments, and that was it. And it's just like, what the hell? So the only thing that was somewhat, represented to the character of Vivi was her little fight scrabble with Luffy, and that's basically it. Other than that, that's all we really got. So I am rambling a bit to and on. I didn't want to make it too much of a rant / review because there are a bit of stuff I did rant about, especially the way they presented the flashback. I mean, it looked great. Don't get me wrong. Naotoshi nailed it like on fucking point. He nailed it on fucking point. Naotoshi. But other than that, though, I just really wish he could have just, made the flashback more relevant to how, you know what I mean. That would have been so much better. But regardless, though, let's just get to the actual episode at hand. So basically, during the last, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like the last 6 to 7 minutes, we do have basically some very important canon stuff. We find out that King Cobra is traveling along with Vivi, Pell, which again, the one who survived the fucking nuke in Alabasta, which I'm still surprised that dude is still freaking alive after surviving a nuke from a freaking bomb. And then of course we have Ninotara, I think that was his name, the freaking dude that goes like, "Mwah, mwah," with the Beethoven looking motherfucker. We have him. And Dalton? Yeah, no, not Dalton. What the hell was his name? Shit. The right-hand man of Cobra. The one that could turn into like a Sphinx. He was cool. I liked him. And, yeah. Or one of those like Egyptian dog things or whatever the fuck it is. But anyways, yeah. So, technically he wants to know what happened to the Nevertori family those years ago with, during Alabasta, and what kind of secrets they were hiding to protect the country, especially from the secret weapon Pluton. And also, it's kind of funny too that we see Cobra in a wheelchair, and you can tell that he's getting old and he's getting a bit frail and sick. And he was wondering if, to Vivi is like, look, I have a whole list of these guys that will be pursued to you for marriage so you can carry on the Nevertori family generation. So she's like, nah, throw those pictures out. She wants to pretty much explore the sea, and I do like her new princess outfit she's wearing. She looks really beautiful. She looks cool. I like it a lot. And Cobra looks really cool 2 years later. He looks pretty cool older. I have a feeling those two are going to be the main true couples later, unless they're just like really, really good friends. But who knows? Maybe they'll end up the ones being together after all, because they did grow up together, in the actual, the Alabasta. So it makes sense. So yeah. So moving on from that, when it comes to this special event, it's pretty much all the royals gathering together to discuss future business of the actual countries, on how to keep the countries in balance, etc., etc. So it's a very important event. Now, I think in the manga, they told you who those other, because you got all these other royal people, but we don't know most of their names. I think in the manga, they told you most of the names, but in the anime, they just don't even show you the fucking names. Which makes sense, because we barely remember some of the names in the manga anyway, so it kind of makes sense, I guess. So it kind of makes sense anyway, that we didn't really know that much of that from the manga itself. So basically, right after that happens, and then we also get this one dude who actually is representing of that clan that Don Chin Chow is in, and we see his like places like, so Doflamingo's been defeated, which means we can't do our usual business with these new cold weapons. So Doflamingo, you can tell that he played a very big role in the New World, and all these people are like, shit, this means the war is over. Maybe now this means we could live at peace for now. But let's just see what happens. When this meeting comes around, we will have this special meeting to see how we can keep this country in balance after the defeat, because they're only doing it because of the defeat of Doflamingo and how much everything's going to change now, because he was a big time dealer in the New World, selling all these massive illegal weapons, the smile fruit. So it makes sense on why they're having this royal meeting. It actually makes a whole lot of sense. And we're going to find out more. Also, I believe after the whole Cake Island arc and the manga is over, we're supposed to have something that's going to revolve into that bit as well. So that's probably going to happen. So we have to see, because the manga folks don't even know either. So until we get to that time. Yeah. So anyways, not only that we see Shirahoshi going down to Fishman Island. She's still pretty shy. She doesn't want to go at first. But then her brothers are like, look, what do the Straw Hats tell you? Like, look, to be strong. for yourself for once and stop being such a crybaby. And she's like, okay, fine. You know what? That's great. You know what? That's great because look, Luffy promised me to take me around the actual seas, like outside of Fishman Island, without worrying so much about like the nobles, like the higher nobles, celestial dragons, stuff like that, because she's afraid of that shit. So, you know, and in other words, she wants to do this so she can keep the relationships of Fishman and humans together alike. So it kind of does actually make sense. So that's the reason why she really needs her to go, to keep the balance of Fishmen and humans still stronger together. And I hate using that sentence for a good reason. But anyways, enough about that. So then finally, after we got all that, see, not that much, so the review's almost over, I promise. Meanwhile, though, the very last thing is very important, because we get one extra crew member while everybody else is just like really exhausted from Luffy's stunt show. All aboard the Luffy Express, pretty much jumping on the fucking Thousand Sunny, and they're all just exhausted. Peckham's is like, yo, I'm grateful that I get to see life again, but I swear I'm gonna kill you after this is over. So then basically we see him there, and then after Nami was going to guide them from getting off the post line, we see another guest on their team on their journey to Whole Cake Island, and that is Carrot. Yes, everybody's furry rabbit, favorite furry rabbit. She's become very famous as one of the best, as one of the famous Zou furries in the actual Zou arc, especially during now Whole Cake Island. She's mostly everybody's favorite. She really wants them to join the crew. A lot of One Piece fans, even fans in the manga, really want her to join. I want her to join as well. I think she'll be a really excellent addition, and especially because there's something that happens within the Whole Cake Island arc. One thing in particular that I'm thinking, okay, so maybe this can give us some leads and hints that maybe she can actually be joining the crew after all. But again, I'm not going to spoil that part for you, but that is somewhat of a theory. That's a possibility on how she's going to be, maybe, possibly, we don't know for sure, it's not confirmed, that she'll actually join the Straw Hats. Maybe. And especially because of that one anime episode along before Zou ended, where she's like standing on the balcony with the wind, and she's like, you know what, I want to travel the sea just this one time to see like what's really out there, like, you know what I'm saying? And especially because recently in the manga we know that she can actually do something as a special talent, so keep your eye out for that, because that may also lead to maybe her joining, maybe, hopefully, maybe, again, even the manga folks don't even know. So, with that being said, folks, that's pretty much it. It was kind of funny, too, because it's like, Luffy's like, oh, look, you know, you see that girl right there? She's more energetic than all y'all. Come on. Wake the hell up. And then she's like, wait, what the? How the hell did this bitch get on this fucking ship? And it's kind of funny. She's like wearing tank top shorts, a really long shirt, and boobies. Now, I know a lot of people have beef, you know, with furries. A lot of them, especially people with furry fandoms, they don't really get along as much. But I have to say, that is one hot-ass rabbit. I'm not gonna lie. If she was half human, then maybe I would still, you know, have the diggest hots for her. But again, you know, she's a furry morphic animal, but she is cute in her own way. So again, I'm pretty sure fans who are also especially furries will get a kick out of that and a huge turnoff, you know what I mean? So that's basically it. So overall, that's basically all for this episode. So overall, it was just okay. So I'm going to give it an okay rating. I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5. Just an okay episode this week. Nothing too big or too spectacular, special at all. So an okay episode at best. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below on what you guys think of this week's episode of One Piece 777. And maybe I'll see you guys 778. Maybe they'll have some more little canon bits here and there of the Reverie arc. Hopefully. Maybe so, but again, we shall see on that. And until then, that's basically it. This is the Ninja Reviewer signing out. Peace, soul, love, chicken grease, and the sky's the limit. And my manga fans, keep supporting what you read and what you watch. And I'll see you guys next week for 778 review. And for the manga folks, I hate to say it, there's no chapter this week. However, though, since there's no chapter, I will see the manga folks not until the beginning of March, which is like March 2nd. Scanlation-wise, I mean, not officially released. Scanlation-wise, it'll be March 2nd. So I won't see the manga folks till March 2nd. And for the anime dudes and dudettes, I will see you guys for the next one next Saturday. So, till then, bye-bye.